wonderful things happen in this community, and I've seen some really sad, disappointing things, including right with the water fees tonight.
Can't hear you.
I can continue to live in North Riverside, but why I'm here tonight is to ask for a reopening of the search for the fire chief. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm disappointed that the nominee is someone who comes with a lot of baggage that I find offensive, and as a woman, I would ask again, particularly the women who are commissioner and the trustees, to pay attention to that. The history of sexual harassment, the payout from the village of Oak Lawn of $850,000 may have shut people up, but it certainly cost them a lot, and there was something that they were covering up. So I would again ask that the vote not be made to bring in that gentleman as the new fire chief, and that the search be reopened.
If I can respond to for the record, what's your address?
Pardon me?
Your address, please.
2932 Des Plaines.
The fire chief is interim. There's still a search going on. It never was closed, number one. And number two, I would be happy to speak to anybody here, or anybody period, regarding the issue, and I would be happy to answer all the questions and the issues that you have. My door's always open, so I would
She's here now.
Then do it
Yes,
now.
do it now.
Then do it now.
No,
So you're welcome to come and speak.
We're here.
Then
Then do it now.
we don't want him, period.
We want them.
We don't.
So
Bad.
I would ask you to please
No,
make
you don't live
make
here.
further
Yes,
attention
no,
available
no,
for
no.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to hear it.
Let's be respectful.
I just ask that you be respectful when I call you. If you're gonna go up to the microphone, please. If you can't, there's someone to escort you. Maribel Mandel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here tonight because a lot of residents have approached me, and along with the concerns for myself. As of the last board meeting, some issues and things were brought up in regards to the potential candidate for fire chief. Now, I'm looking at the Board of Minute meetings from January 2018, January 15, I apologize, and it is Public Act 100-0554, and it was amended, where the Village of North Riverside adopted and it will prohibit sexual harassment in the Village of North Riverside. So I just wanna know, did we change that? And most importantly is, all the board members passed that, and they all agreed to adopting that. So I'd just like to know tonight, if any of the board members feel uncomfortable with the hiring of this gentleman, if you would speak up and say you're against it. I mean, there's a victim. She is from Oak Lawn, and she complained, she had unwanted advances, whatever the case may be. She should not have to deal with that. And unfortunately, she had to go to court to express what happened to her, and it was at all costs. So she said no, the victim, and Mr. Mayor, you said yes, you got the job. That does not sound right. Why can we pick a candidate from our own village fire department?
Thank you for your comments.
Hi, my name is Lisa Janutis. I'm speaking on behalf of Indivisible West Suburban Action League. Our membership is made up of both North Riverside and Riverside residents. We are here today to request that you reopen the search for a fire chief and select a candidate that can be counted on to treat the women of North Riverside and all women with dignity and respect. Survey found 81% of women had experienced some form of sexual harassment during their lifetime. This unwanted behavior can leave women feeling depressed and vulnerable. They withdraw from their normal activities and avoid social events. They feel fatigued. Some women experience anxiety or panic attacks. Many develop trust and safety issues and otherwise healthy personal relationships as they struggle with shame, denial, guilt, and feelings of helplessness. Local governments must protect women from this widespread issue. Please continue your search for a fire chief and find a leader who has demonstrated the ability to create a safe and healthy work environment for women. Thank you.
Tierney Duffy.
Good evening. My name's Tierney Duffy. My address is 2313 South 10th Avenue. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I've lived in North Riverside for nearly all my life. I love this village. It has shaped me in many ways to be the woman that I am today. I've given back to this village as a camp counselor. I've worked in the public works department. I have been a volunteer Little League coach. So I come to you tonight because I'm concerned about the recent decisions made to hire Scott Bowman as fire chief, or interim fire chief. I want to start off by saying I have no axe to grind here. I have no agenda. My family has had VIP signs in our front lawn at times. I stand before you as someone who calls North Riverside home, and as a young woman who lives in a world where sexual harassment and gender discrimination is far too prominent in the workplace. The recent decision to go forward in hiring Scott Bowman as our fire chief has left villagers feeling confused and left behind. We deserve transparency from our village leadership. We have many questions that deserve answers. Namely, how was the talent search conducted to fill the position of fire chief? What was the interview process like? Were there other candidates considered? Were there any female candidates considered? And if not, why? Did the board know that Scott Bowman was named a defendant in a sexual harassment lawsuit that settled to the tune of $850,000 before he was named the front runner in our search for fire chief? If the board was aware of this, then why would we move forward in hiring him? A culture of misogyny has no place in our village. In recent headlines, powerful men, specifically in Hollywood, have been exposed for using their power to exploit and sexually abuse women. North Riverside is not Hollywood, but I believe we are at a crossroads here. We have a choice. Will we be part of the problem or part of the solution? Do we want our youth to think that it is okay to accept sexual predators and bystanders who allow sexual harassment to happen on their watch? Or will we stand up and say, time's up for sexual harassment and gender discrimination to continue in our society? My last plea is for the board to be more transparent with the residents when it comes to making staffing decisions at the administrative level. And to hear this, we are a small community with a big heart, but right now I'm heartbroken that we have gotten to this point. And I assure you that there are other women and young girls in this town thinking, me too. Thank you.
24-year resident of the village. In each and every election year, I have done my due diligence and supported and voted for the best and most qualified people to run our village in a way that all residents can be proud to live in. Within the past few weeks, this has not been the case, with vitriolic spewing across the internet, mudslinging at every person who speaks their opposition, and unfounded remarks that have not been researched about a man whose character and career are being scrutinized at every opportunity, be it every minute, every hour of the day. First and foremost, let it be known that this is a personnel matter. The hiring and firing of department heads falls under the jurisdiction of the mayor, and whether you agree to disagree with the decision being made, this was his decision, and as mayor, he had the right to make it. For residents and anyone alike in the village that feels that this is somehow, some way going to affect the day-to-day duties of the staff and department heads is not even close to being the truth. No taxes are being raised, no services are being shut down, and life will continue to proceed as normal in the village. No one person or group or forum should have this kind of power over a personnel decision. For the few in town who seem to be speaking the loudest, please stop and check your facts. According to the dictionary version of an interim employee, its meaning is such that an acting appointment is defined as a position filled on a temporary basis to replace a regular employee on leave due to illness, personal reasons, or termination of an employee. This is exactly what our interim fire chief's duties are. Many are questioning his past personal records, which have been discussed at length, and no stone has been unturned during this process. It would be highly unlikely that anyone in this room that has ever been hired by a company does not have something that maybe they are not proud of in their past, that they would like to sweep under the rug because of the scrutiny they would be under and attacks to their character.
Not me.
A man in his personal life are being judged by many.
Not his personal life, it was at work.
In their own closet.
I did not interrupt one person in this room.
Once again, we are coming up on yet another election year, and the hatred, the attacks, and the berating that people are being subjected to only prove one thing in this village, that one political party is hated, and not for the reasons anyone would believe, such as poor performance by trustees, sky-high taxes, services being cut, no recreation facilities, etc., but because they just do not like the people in these positions. I would challenge any one of these naysayers to give me not one reason, but 5 good reasons that they could do a better job at running our village without using the word hate, and I don't think anyone could give me one. I have much respect for our firefighters and paramedics, and I hope and pray that I will never have to require their services. But if I ever do, I would never ask them what their political convictions are, so why should mine be questioned? Why should I be afraid to voice my support for our mayor and trustees? I applaud our governing team. Each and every one of them lends true leadership to this village, and every one of them has ideas, and there are no hidden agendas with any of them. They are working to make this the best community it can be. I am a very proud supporter of the VIP party, the mayor, the trustees, and each and every department head and staff member who works in our village. Just recently, we have been named one of the nicest places to live, but given the recent events and the climate within our village, I doubt we will ever covet this honor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and trustees, for my time.
Judy Chef?
My name is Judy Scheck. I'm from Oak Brook. I'm a non-resident, which there is no ordinance that a non-resident cannot speak. I thought in America, if you are found not guilty, you are not guilty. For those of you who don't know, Chief Bowman was found falsely accused by a female firefighter of sexual
Please
harassment.
be respectful.
Quiet, please. I didn't talk out when you people were talking.
You did. No, I did.
She was asked out by the chief and said no. When she was denied a promotion, she felt it was